Hey, what's going on? I'll get right to it. So, here is a very quick way to establish trust with customers. And I bet about 99% of plumbing businesses are not doing it. And here's what I mean. Let me give you an example. Would you rather pay $9.99 plus $5 for shipping if you're buying something on Amazon, or if you didn't know the price and it said $14.99 plus free shipping, which one would you lean towards? Most people will lean towards free shipping, even though it's the exact same price. Or have you ever tried a free sample of something at a store, at Costco or a local grocery store, ate it, thought it was good, and bought it? Right? A lot of times we just take the free sample and walk off. But every now and then we eat something for free that was delicious, and then we end up buying the product. Okay. And one more example: the first car I ever bought, they wanted to give me the opportunity to drive the car for like 2 or 3 days before I decided to buy it. So they're giving me a chance to test the car. This is their version of a free sample. Why do you think they're doing that? And all these three examples I gave you is somebody giving you the illusion of something for free. A lot of people do that because it works. People, and I won't get into the whole psychology as usual, but people respond to free. And in some ways, it's something they feel like you've given them something and they want to give back. This is a subconscious behavior that's very powerful. It's called reciprocity. Again, somebody gives you something, you feel obligated to give it back. But when something's free, it's like, oh, it's free. It's like we're getting something. We jump on that. The illusion of free is very powerful. So how can you use that to create trust? Real quick before I get into it, my name is Chris Gray. I co-own a marketing company. What we do is we help plumbers make a lot of money. Anyways, back to my point is if a lot of plumbers don't use this, and I don't know why, you think of a way to give something away for free that will create trust with people and move them forward. I'm not talking about like a free service call. Don't do what, the 10 other plumbing companies around you are doing, free service call or free this, once you get in their home. Again, if it's something that somebody else is doing, don't do it. Don't do it. Be unique. Here's an example of something unique. Not saying you should do it, but here's an example of something unique that works. So what you could do is if you have anybody in your house who knows anything about Facebook ads, you could run a Facebook ad. And that Facebook ad can be very simple. If I'm you, I'm using other people, like real people in my ad if possible. So I might have a picture of my tech and a Google review that they got, right? Better yet, I might offer a discount to a customer or a previous customer who's really satisfied with us to record them on a video talking about what we did and talking about the tech who came in and talking about the company. I'll record that. That right there becomes your ad. Don't run an ad with like your truck and some special. That crap's going to go nowhere. Try to run an ad that has other people talking about you, preferably a video testimonial or a picture of your tech, a review about that tech. And here's something very, very important when you're running your Facebook ad. Let me give you something. I'll give you some game that nobody really talks about. Give me one sec here. So when you're running your ad or your marketing company's run your ad, you need to look at it from your customer's perspective. So when they run your ad, this is exactly how they're going to look at it. If it's a static ad, meaning it's just an image, they're going to look here first. They're going to look here first. If it's a video, they're going to watch some of the video right here first. And now once they've looked here or watched this for something or for some time, they're going to come up here next. They're going to read this. And then they're going to read this. I don't care about this guy's program. But point being is they see this first, then they see this, and they see this. So when you run your ad, keep that in mind. This might be the image of your tech or the customer testimonial. This will be the testimonial itself right here if it's an image of your tech. Or if it's just a customer testimonial, you talk about the customer right here. Again, talk about the customer, not you. Nobody cares about your business. Talk about the customer, how you helped them, and leave it and talk about, watching the video here or something. The point being is you're going to go from here to here and then here. If you're going to plug your business at any point, you can put your business right here. This is called the headline, right? And that's the last thing they see, and that's perfectly fine. You don't want the first thing they see to be my plumbing business and my offer that you don't care about. Nah. This right here needs to be some kind of testimonial or something like that. Same thing up here, some kind of testimonial or something like that. Not really talking about your business, just somebody else talking about your business. Then if you're going to put your business at all, you put it right here. If I had to show you that, especially if you're going to end up running ads for yourself. All right, give me a sec. Okay, so once they have looked at your Facebook ad, and again, I'm giving you something that's worked very well for some people, and so I hope you take it and make it yours, or have your plumbing company or your marketing plumbing company figure out how this stuff works. So, anyways, once you have your Facebook ad and they click on, once they click on it, you don't want to send them straight to your site. They're gonna go to your site and leave. Nobody's gonna call you. What you want them to do is click on it and then fill out a semi-short questionnaire. And I can't give you all the questions on that because then the questions and the psychology behind that, that's another video by itself. But what I found is you want at least like 7 to 8 questions. I'm usually around 8. And the reason you want that is because if you make it very easy for them to fill out the form and very easy for them to become a lead, then you're going to get a bunch of junk. You get a bunch of tire kickers. But if you ask the right questions and just the right amount of them, the people who actually submit the form are going to be serious, because otherwise they'd be just kind of wasting their time. Who wants to sit around and fill out a form for the fun of it? Whoever does that has problems, lots of problems. Like, you want it to have, relevant questions that weed out tire kickers, and you want at least, 8 of them. And start off real simple. You can start off with like low hanging fruit, like, what is your zip code? You want, ease them into it. So, hey, what's your zip code? All right, what's your full name? And then you start building up. You start building up. So by the time they get to the 8th question, it should be like a question that really indicates this person is interested in service of some kind. And again, that's a whole other video on all the specific 8 questions, but take what I just said, whereas just make sure it's at least 8 questions, and make sure there's questions that kind of move them forward in the sales process, almost like you would do on a phone, except you're doing it via a form. And then once they fill out that form, you want that form to fire off to a CSR or whoever is immediately available to call them once that form comes through. So for our clients right now, once that form gets filled out, it goes to CSR. The CSR gets it and immediately calls. Speed is crucial here. I'll just say it, man. If your operation isn't tight and your CSR is just kind of chilling and don't really have a lot of urgency, and they get that form, they're like, oh, I have to go to lunch, and then I have to do this and do that, and I'm going to call this person, and then you've lost that lead. The people who this works for, they hop on top of things fast. And that's kind of a principle in general. With the stronger plumbing companies we've seen, they move fast and they move organized. So anyways, in this case, that form goes to the CSR, and then here's where it depends on the business. So some businesses, the CSR is good enough to where they could like video call this person, right? And the purpose of this form, you're leading them towards a video call. I apologize for that. I need to tell you that. You're leading them towards a free like video call. It sounds crazy, right? You're like, what? How can I solve a plumbing problem over the camera? Well, you're not. That's not the purpose. But what you do is you're moving them towards a free, like you put this in the form, or you put it partly in your ad as a call to action. You're moving them towards a free conference call. And some people get their CSR on there, others get a tech on there, depending, or a helper, or whoever it is. And when that tech, that CSR, that helper gets on the phone, you're trying to do one of 2 things. One, you're trying to see if they have a real plumbing problem, right? You want to confirm if they got through your form and you've asked the right questions, the chances are they're going to have a real plumbing problem. But you're getting them on there and they're going to tell you about the plumbing problem. And what you're trying to do is give them some general free advice. Like, you want to give them just enough to help them, but you can't tell them how to do it. You can't just walk them through how to do it. You wouldn't make any money, and then they would lose money because they would mess stuff up, and it would cost them even more to fix it. So what you want to do is give them enough value on that phone call to create trust, to feel like they got something for free, and then schedule a time for you to come out. That's it. Just, hey, this is what I think is going on. In order for me to fix it, I got to come out there and put my hands on it. I can't walk you through this. Otherwise, I'd be doing you a disservice because you're going to mess it up. And it's going to cost even more money in the future. However you want to script it, but that's number one. You're trying to get out there first by providing value, creating trust, and then getting out there to solve the problem. That's what you're trying to do. And let's say that you don't need to go out there. Say it's something really simple where they could just get a snake and unclog this and they're good to go. Well, you've helped, you provided value, you've given somebody something for free. Then your goal is to then make them a member. Build your membership list. Sell them on why they should be a member. What's the benefits? What does it do for them, right? So if you can't book the job, at least sell the membership. If you didn't do any of those two things, hey, at least you gave out some good value for that day. But I guarantee you, if you do this right, you will book the job from the camera call, or you will get a member, one of those two things. And then once you've done that, now you've created trust. You do it correctly, you have a customer for life, right? So this is what we've seen, or this is what a very, very small percentage of my plumbing companies will listen to this advice, but the ones who do it and do what we say as far as the forums and the ads and having the right person get on that camera, man, they run circles around their competition because your competition isn't doing this. You're probably not thinking of doing this. You might be feeling resistance about doing this. If you are, perfect, because there's somebody else out there who isn't. They're going to do it. They're going to do it well. They're going to get the customers. So anyways, I hope this helps. I could keep saying the problem I see with some of the plumbing companies we work with, a lot of the plumbing companies we work with, is they are plumbers running a plumbing business. Don't be a plumber running a plumbing business. Be an entrepreneur running a plumbing business. The entrepreneurs who run a plumbing business run laps around their competition because they're thinking like entrepreneurs, they're not thinking like plumbers. If you're saying, hey, it's the same thing. If I own a plumbing business, I'm a plumber and an entrepreneur. No, you're not. Look up the definition of a plumber. Look up the definition of an entrepreneur, and then tell me which one of those two definitions you'd want to give $500,000 to open a business. I bet you'd probably be the entrepreneur. So anyways, I hope this video helps you make more money. And for more tips, watch my next video. See you. Bye.